Welcome back. Round number 4 today of our historic sports car championship, road racing championships, actually what it's called. Here for Dundrod. Probably the least known, maybe alongside Longford there. But it's certainly not your Spa-Francorchamps or Le Mans or even Targa Florio. A little more obscure, but should be pretty good. Really good is what I'm hoping. Hope you're all doing well. Round 4 here. It's been a pretty good week for me, at least up until this point, and hoping I can continue that today, because I feel as though I've got a good chance here, and it's going to be on me to maximize that and continue the championship. If this is your first time joining in, historic road racing championship started back a few months ago now with the first race at Longford, which I did win somehow, just beating out Jerne Simoncic there for the first race of the season. And then since then, Spa-Francorchamps, I got into a melee in the first corner, which kind of set me back a bit. I don't know if I really had the pace at the end of the day anyways, but through attrition I was able to eke out a podium there. And then last time out, the Isle of Man time trial event, and I thought, all in all, I was pretty happy with it. I had a few minor incidents along the way, but was able to finish the full 6 laps and finished in second behind Robillard there, Jackson Robillard, for second. So I've had a podium in all 3 races this season, and we're at the 4th round now, 4th of 6. Another podium would be awesome today. I think I've got a good shot to maybe even do better than that. I don't know. In this week's lead up, I have been the quickest person. I've got a few that still aren't here for this one, like Jerne. Nico bowed out. Enzo bowed out for this one. So 5-liter class, we do got Jackson here today. We've got, who else is in here? Scooby's here. Well, and a few newer folks too. So I don't know. We're gonna see. But I think one of my biggest challenges today is going to be Ascari in the 2-liter Maserati. He was second quick this week in qualifying, and because of fuel mileage and things, I don't know how that's gonna go today. I'll bring up the sim here. So we're in R Factor 2 on the server, and we have about 15 minutes of practice left before we jump into qualifying for the race. We've got a 30-minute qualifying session. I think that's going to be almost as important as the race. Get a good qualifying spot, because it's a tight track. You'll see. I'm going to do a lap here in a second. We'll go out and do an installation lap, make sure everything feels good. But it is beyond tricky, this one. It's like, in my opinion, it's very much the Isle of Man style of track, but we're head-to-head racing this time, so we got to pass people and work around traffic a lot, I imagine. It's still a pretty big track, so we'll see how much traffic there is. But yeah, hey TJC, Seb, Mighty Mavs, nice to see y'all. All right, so I'm gonna go out here and we'll kill the music. We got about 15 minutes. I'm going to do a couple laps maybe and practice a pit stop. And get ready for qualifying is really the thing here. Show you all the track. So I love this track. It's one of my favorite tracks in R Factor 2 or in Grand Prix Legends. Should have a bunch of stuff on the screen today. Alright, so we'll jump in the car. But so far so good this week with everything. I thought originally I was a bit slow, and I through the practices just suddenly found a bunch of speed, and I don't know if I could repeat my laps. I did a 4:13.4 or something like that in qualifying, which was over almost 2 seconds quicker than second place, which is a lot. Oop, stall the car coming out of the pits. Perfect. Yeah, I gotta practice the start, Steve. You're right. I've done a bit of practicing, so that's another thing that's going to be just always all those little things. The start here at Dundrod is like a Le Mans grid style, so the cars are all sideways on the front stretch, single file. I think it could actually be good. I'm hopeful we don't get folks just like spinning. We've advised everybody to try to practice this because the car does spin a bit when you crank a lot of wheel into it under acceleration. But yeah, we'll be like gridded 45-degree angles down this straightaway here. Yeah, this is the Ulster Grand Prix circuit for bike racing. We'll go do maybe a couple laps here, just get the jitters out and get warmed up. The circuit is as it was in the 50s, so there's a couple different corners than there are on the modern track. But you can see here, it's so narrow, and this is one of the wider sections of the course. Come down to, I think it's Lethamstown corner. I've not practiced running to the rig. We were joking about that. It'd be cool, but you know, not everybody's got rigs, or who knows the scenario. It'd be kind of funny. All right, we'll come through. This is Letham's Bridge. This is the part that's a bit different these days. Come over the top of the crest here and head up to Deer's Leap. Now this is actually a really hard corner on this track, up to third gear with this car anyway. We'll come over, there's a lot of bumps here that can upset the car, but fly down the hill, flat out third gear, over 150 miles an hour. We'll jump on the brakes, second gear, brake super early here. There's two kinks to the right, I should probably learn their names. Come through the first one. It's just real easy to run wide on those, understeer off the track. I have to be very, very aware of my braking. With this car, you cannot brake late. It's just not an option. Oh, slide the rear end out there, we're all right. Come through this left-hander. I want to say that's Quarterlands, if I'm not mistaken. All right, now flat. This right-hander up here is another tricky one. Oh, somebody's taken out the sign that's there on the left usually. It's actually, I use that as a braking marker. Oh no. Come through, I believe that's Joey's Windmill. It's just another easy one. You'll see there's these banks on the side of the track, and you can use them a little bit as curbs, which you would never want to do in real life. Long right-hander in this one, brake plenty early at the top of the hill. Second gear, get it slowed down. Want an early apex actually, just with the way the Jag turns. Oh, I think you went golfing. Good morning, haven't made a race yet. Yeah, there was a lot of competition for this one. I was actually surprised because we were talking some of the admin chats leading up to this week, and actually for the whole season, that we thought Dundrod here might be the least popular race. Not to say it won't be a good one, but just because the track's a bit more obscure, we're deep in the season, it's really tricky. But we ended up having a really good field. I think 55 folks tried to qualify for this. And we, of course, we should have a full grid of 40 today, like we've had for all the races. All right, that's the hairpin back there. That's a tricky one. We'll come through the end of the lap. Little breath of throttle for the first kink to the left. This is another one of these corners. It's just easy to run wide. I'm actually going to do it here. Right, just able to get it saved. You'll see on good laps, my entry won't be much different. I found it really easy to just understeer if you don't get the turn in just perfect. Final corner here though, and you actually do kind of a four-wheel drift through this full thing when you're going real fast. All right, I'll do one more lap here. Should have time. Make a test pit stop, and then make sure everything's going all right. So far, so good. We got Rajatsu here coming out. Let me know how everything sounds and looks. I think it should be good. Just the apex there on the first one a bit. So I feel like I need to just be very, very concentrated in this one. I mean, as always with these cars, but there's just so little margin for error. You'll see there's no runoffs in any of these corners, so if you miss your braking zone here, I mean, you're not going to be able to get to the left in a lot of circumstances there to go straight. So it's just one of those tracks you need to be on it and very precise. Definitely turn it down a little bit for the race pace, but hopefully that's quick enough still to lead and go for the win. I think attrition's going to be huge if it's not, you know, folks crashing themselves out. Unfortunately, I think there's high chance of several incidents. Come over Deer's Leap again here. I mean, this is the track that there will be crashes on if there is any, because it's just so tight. Second gear. There we go. As always, this race is going to be broadcast on SimplyRace, and the link to Aidan Milward's channel is in the description. So you can check that out either alongside, or if you want to watch that, then come back and watch this, or vice versa. It'll be there. Of course, try to do a highlights of the race as well. Ugh, missed it there. All right, probably screwed up my steering. It actually feels fine. You can get away with quite a lot here with bonking the edges. I think because they're grass and not technically a wall, you can kind of bonk these berms on the edge of the track, but it also absolutely can damage the car if you hit it the wrong way. So don't want to be doing stuff like that during the race. All right, here comes Rajatsu. I'm going to let him by because I'm going to try a pit stop here. Yeah, it would be cool if the Isle of Man... There's never been a game that has all of these tracks for motorcycles, as far as I know. I'm not super well versed in all of the different motorcycle games that exist, but, you know, like the TT game only has the TT circuit, and then Ride, which is the other popular motorcycle game, has this circuit but not the TT circuit. It's all licensing stuff, unfortunately, and all that, but it'd be nice to have them all. Ride 4, I like Ride 4. It's kind of like the Forza of motorcycles, I would describe it. All right. This is not a good in-lap. I'm not really paying attention as much as I should. We'll come through. So as always, you got to request your pit stops in R Factor 2, and I found doing that after the hairpin is where we want to do it, so that our crew doesn't pack it up. Come out of there, hit request stop. No, I don't think the TT game has Dundrod. At least I wasn't aware if it did. Ride has Dundrod, though. Or I thought it did. They might call it the Ulster Grand Prix circuit, because it's also what it's known as. Alright, come through. Now, a tricky thing about the pits is if we have somebody right on my tail, you have to go kind of slow on the exit of this final corner, so it would be risky somebody maybe rear-ending you. But we'll come into the pits lane. There's no pit lane, of course, it's just the track. We'll come down. Here's my stall. It's so easy to slide through in these cars, but there we go. Stop in. So I'm going for 2 stops today, which it's one of those things. The car, as always, is Just very tricky on a low tank of fuel. All right. So we'll be due at 2 minutes, and then the qualifying session will start. Jackson, 4:16.7. So in the qualifying, I need to get a good lap in, get out front, and make sure I'm going to start towards the front of the grid, because that would be one of the biggest issues today. Is if I can't get a lap in qualifying for some reason, I ended up starting in the back. It will be a very, very tough proposition to get through the field. This is R Factor 2, King. R Factor 2 with the 1954 sports cars mod and the Dundrod circuit. All of the tracks and the cars, it's all available for free in the Steam Workshop, so it's pretty easy to get up and going. I don't know if I need to make a tutorial on R Factor 2, because it's not something that, you just install it and click go. All right, but for qualifying, use my race setup and run about 3/4 fuels where this car is happiest. So that's what I'll put in. And I'm just going to go and try to do as many laps as I can in qualifying, because there'll definitely be traffic. We're all out on the circuit at the same time, so there absolutely will be traffic, and I'll have to try to pass as many cars and just try to get a good lap. That's the deal. I think if I can get in the 16s, I'll be pretty safe to start towards the front. I know I can do 15s. It's not super difficult to do 15s. 14s and 13s, I don't know where that speed came from in the qualifying. But if I see those numbers today, that will be great. But I don't know if that's going to happen today. All right, session's done. Session's done, so we're waiting for the qualifying here to start, and as soon as that starts, real head motion. I don't even know what that is necessarily. Is it something I use? All right. Should jump in qualifying here any second. It's going to tick over. We just got to wait. Make sure we don't exit the pits before the timer runs out. But I want to just try to get out of the pits ASAP. I kind of miss in the last race we didn't have to do session qualifying because it was a time trial, so it was kind of nice. All right. We'll try to get out of the pits here. Everybody's squirrely trying to do the same thing. Oh gosh, it's always gonna be a mad dash, right? All right, here we go. So just 30 minutes to try to set a good lap, and I don't know, it's gonna be tough because I think I'm gonna be quicker than most cars. So here we go. Traffic jam at Dundrod. You always try to wait and stuff, but you're always going to hit traffic, so might as well just get out there and see what happens. Wait for the first person in front of me to nail the berms. Alright, Real Deal's going to try to scoot in front here. Yeah, I hope I repeat my result from Longford too, but I just gotta focus on finishing. I think I can very easily get a podium today, which will continue the championship, but Yerne is not here again. He will be back, he said, for Targa Florio, which is the next round. And so with the drop races, Yerne, although he's missed Isle of Man and this race, he's still, technically as in it as I am, except he doesn't have really any drop races to play with. So I really got to win today, because if he gets, you know, even another win, it'll be very close for us. The championships with the drop races are always really interesting. It's so cool to see a field of historic sports cars like this. Lock up the brakes in front. See the skid marks on the track. Just gonna kind of coast around here for the out lap. Yeah, our Factor 2's a bit harder to run, unfortunately. The sim, I don't know if it's the optimization or, yeah, I mean, I guess it is. It's just definitely resource intensive. But hope I can get a clean lap. There's that sign, so it's back. Darren in front. Darren, I think, gets the Ironman award for this this race. He did like 300 plus laps in the qualifying. .300 laps of this circuit, I believe. He had the most laps. That's a lot of laps. We'll be doing about 30 laps today in the race. We got some skid marks straight ahead. I've done that before. Alright, we got a lot of cars scrambling around in front. It's gonna be hard to get a clean lap here. It should be second gear around the top of this hill. This is a tough part of the track because it's so slow. The car is really squirrely. Oh man, we got so many cars in front. It's gonna be so tricky. Right down to first gear for the hairpin. There's a little Bristol there on the right. Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of traffic here on this next lap. Darren's gonna let me scoot around the outside maybe. With too wide here, which is not ideal, but we'll make it. I've got Eduardo in front. It's wonderful. This is the race maybe, but for qualifying, it's not an ideal scenario right now to have this many cars in front of me. All right, I got 25 minutes, so I should be able to do 4 or 5 laps. I'm sure at least one lap will be relatively clear, but we'll just stick with this as best I can. Try to get a decent starting lap. I'll scoot around these two. It's a little late to be doing that, but I'll be able to get it right on the inside. Car in front was Ariel, I believe. See, I'm probably holding up the 2 and 3 liter cars through that section. Should be able to pull away here through the fast gears leap section. Be just a banker, I think. Try nothing too crazy on it. Yeah, it is a good track for the old cars, but it is a tricky one. Oh, we got the bots already. Man, Didn't even take a half hour this time. Whatever. Don't click on anything they send you. Yeah, they're quick this time. Folks that are just jumping in, we're in qualifying right now, and I'm just trying to get a banker lap. I had to pass quite a few cars at the start of the lap, so it's not going to be a super quick. Not going to be a super quick lap, but it should be quick enough to scoot in front of a lot of the 2 and 3 liter cars, and then we'll set on trying to do a fast lap. Still chasing Real Deal God here. I know I'm quicker than him, so hopefully I can get around. Locks up the tires in front. He's gonna have a tough time making this corner. I feel like this is going to be like an 18 second, like 4:18 or so. To kind of rally out of that hairpin. Come through the final corner. So this will be a successful lap. Real Deal's gonna slide wide a bit. Scoot past him. Alright, that's good. Okay, that was a 4:16.8, so I'm second right now. That was a lot quicker than I thought, so maybe the track's actually kind of quick right now. But Jackson was able to do a faster lap on the first one, so I gotta turn up the wick a little bit here. Somebody took out the sign on the right. I shouldn't have used the signs as my braking markers. Alright, this is one of the corners I'm scared about during the race. If I lock up the tires there, there's not a lot you can do about it. Alright, but not a bad banker. I think a 4:16's going to be quicker than a lot of folks can go. I'm in third now, though. So I'm right about on pace with my last lap, but I only need to pick up a few tenths. A little bit faster to Deer's Leap there. Bad. Well, 7/10. Still missed the apex there. It's always tricky. So I need to drive this car around this track correctly. I gotta get into the gas as soon as I can in corners, because the car just doesn't turn if you're not on throttle. So you'll see I'll back up the entrance and then get on throttle super early so that it just kind of slides its way around. That was pretty good there. Yeah, this mod, so the car I'm driving is the D-Type Jaguar, but this mod, the car models are not 100% realistic. They're not really trying to be. The physics are as real as they can make them for a Jag, but the cars are all modeled off of Cobras. And then they have some changes to make them look a little more like their real counterparts, but it's not a full modeling effort. So it's kind of like a faux remake type scenario. Alright, I'm 1.2 seconds up, so I just gotta finish this lap clean. This will be a decent one. Been mostly clean this lap, no huge issues. Try to late apex here as much as you can, get on the throttle, the car to rotate a bit, there we go. Down to the hairpin, first gear, just stuff that brake pedal. It's Jackson in front of me actually. I slid the tires a bit too much there, but still 1.3, 1.4 seconds up right now. Slow there, we're all right. This one's tricky, you gotta kind of do a late apex because you want to keep it to the left for the final corner. I'm more likely to hit a sheep than a cow around here, but there we go, through the final turn. Whoa, 4:15.1, that's good enough for right now. Try to just do another one here. .415.1. If I can get in the 14s, I'll feel pretty good about that. Be a little more adventurous now. I've got the banker lap in. I'm definitely going to start, towards the front. I'm going to get held up here, though. Unfortunately. Slide the rear end out there. I'll never drive like this during the race, but see if we can put together something really quick here. A couple cars in front. Whoa, just missed that apex. That was a bad run. Top of the hill. Alright, so I lost that whole advantage, but I can gain like 8/10 in the first sector, so then if I could hold the rest of this, that would be pretty good. I was not great through this corner on my quick lap. Oh, nope. And I hit the wall there. Dang. Alright. I'm back to second as well. Alright, so we'll back out. Oh my god. Ascari. Oh my god, how is he able to go so fast? That's crazy. So Ascari currently on the pole. Well, I do live in Boston, but I'm not from Boston. Alright, so Ascari right now is 4:14.5. That is some insane speed. Insane speed. I'm gonna try to go out and do better, but I don't know if it's possible. Yes. Ascari deserves a corner named after him. He's so quick. Yeah, I saw that, Chris. That's cool. Alright, slide out of the pits. Alright, so I need to try to, obviously, get a clean lap. And see if I can, I know I can go that quick. It's just, you know, stringing it together with 13 minutes to go is going to be the hard part. We've got Martin Bayer behind me. I don't want to hold him up. Hopefully I can scoot away from him. Martin's one of the quicker 3 liters. Should be able to get away from him though. Oh, he's right there too. Oh, he ran into the wall. I don't know if I did the same thing, kind of. We're good though. Kind of dove into that apex though. Yeah, don't spin out. Gosh, that would be... I have this like nightmare of on the start spinning and you know, having to wait for the whole field to go by or something. Much more likely to hit something on this track than maybe spin. I think if you crash, you're crashing hard here. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's why this championship's a lot of fun. So, you know, Ascari's in the 2-liter class driving the Maserati, and that car definitely not as quick in a straight line as the Jag here, but there's not a lot of straight lines on this track. And there are a few really tight corners, and if you haven't noticed, this car's not going anywhere through those. So he's able to make up a lot of time in some of that really tight stuff, like over here. I know, I saw the message earlier about the compression. There's nothing you can do on YouTube for streaming and like what they allow for compression and stuff. So unfortunately through the trees here it's going to be a bit blurry. Got it kind of maxed out bit rate and everything. Should have time to maybe do like 2 or so laps to try to get in front of him. I know I can make up a lot of time in that first sector, and then if I can just do what I did before through here, it'll be golden. All those signs are going to be gone by the end of the race, I think. Oh man, a 13.1. Okay, that's a bit quicker than I can go. I don't know how he's so quick. Ascari, if he wins in a 2-liter overall, I mean, for the 5-liter championship, that'll be fine. Even for the overall championship, like, he hasn't won a bunch of races this year, so he's not gonna, or won overall, so he's not gonna be a factor there, I don't think. But you never know. With this race and the next race, Targa Florio, I think those cars, 2-liter, 3-liter cars, probably 2-liter cars, are going to be the cars to beat at the Targa Florio. So you never know what could happen. Yeah, it's unfortunate that YouTube kind of compresses the streams the way they do. I tried at my best. It's 1440p streaming, got the highest bit rate that I can do. There's just nothing you can really do about it. So hopefully it's watchable. I think it is. It's just not as beautiful as what I'm seeing. Come through final corners here, try to do a good lap. Hope I don't get a car in front of me. I've got a clear track right now. The signs probably will be back for the race, but you know, as soon as somebody hits one in the race, it's gone for the whole race. Oh, a little bit of a pump there. There we go. All right, come across the line. Yeah, the signs don't get replaced mid-session, so it's only between sessions. But don't have any marshals daring enough to go out and try to fix them. A little too narrow on the entry there. Slide out just to the edge. Second gear for a minute so we don't spin the tires too much. Back to first over Lethamstown Bridge. Don't clip the banks. There we go. Nice exit. That'll set me up well for Deer's Leap. Half a second up on my time right now. That 13.1 is going to be like impossible. That's quicker than I pre-qualified, and I thought it was a pretty good time. Not bad through the first right kink. Trail brake here as best you can. On the throttle early. Oh, that was almost perfect. Alright, nicely through Quarterlands there. Okay, we got a group of cars in front, but they might be just far enough that I don't catch them if they do decent pace. Past the sign on the left, off the throttle for a second, back on it to get the car to turn, slide through that apex. That was pretty good. Went through Windmill. Oh, right up on the dirt, but we're good. Carrying a lot of speed. Alright, we got one car, Nate, catching up to. Hopefully he lets me by. Really pulling him in here, so I think he's maybe off the pace. Hopefully let me by on this lap. Down to second gear. Slide the rears there a little bit. Yeah, he's pumping the brakes. The two in front, though, are quite slow, too. So Nate, no issues there. Down on the brakes, second gear. A little hot there. Got a Mercedes in front. Oh, understeer, no. Oh, man, that was terrible. Right, stick to it, just a little run down to the hairpin. Won't ruin the whole lap. Come through the hairpin, though. These two are going to stay on the line. To the left here. It was not a good hairpin. We'll get past one of the cars, though, one of the Mercedes. Got Eduardo in front. I'm back and forth now. Oh no, I gotta finish this lap. 1.3 seconds up, so I'm a decent amount up on my time. Bunch of understeer there. Got to kink around. There we go. To understeer through the final corner here. There we go. Get it to rotate, slide a little. All right, we'll come across the line. Better lap. 4:13.8. Second again. All right, back to second. And we'll see if I can complete this last lap. Should have just enough time to do it. Catching Eduardo in the slipstream here. It was going to help me out a lot. Through the first few corners. Oh, just a brush of the berm there. We're all right. Half second up somehow. No beer today. Not until the race is very much over. Kept it flat out over deer sleep there. Got Rajatsu in front. Time a second gear here. Want to try to get on that throttle very early through there. It's almost too early. Rajatsu does a little bit of a lockup. I just about saved that. Probably slow though. Ah, no. Alright. Yeah, I was, I kind of lost a little time there. It was a good effort, but I think Ascari's going to get the pole here. Alright. Pretty good on the run in. Get on the throttle. Slid the car in the grass, didn't help. Tried to recover, and I think I did actually, and then I messed up this corner too. Oh, I just hit the edge. So I think that's going to be qualifying for me. Unfortunately, Ascari, I might get second though, which is not the end of the world. But Ascari, a 4:13.1 is so good. All right, I'm gonna run and take a quick break here while qualifying wraps up, and then we'll be back for the race. So I'll see you then. This is a fun track. It's a really good recreation of it. This track's made by Jim Pearson. It's the same guy that remade the Isle of Man. And both of these tracks, the Isle of Man that we raced last time and this one, they come from Grand Prix Legends. So, pretty incredible. They've been converted to R Factor 2 and done a great job. There's a lot of enhancements for it as well. The qualifying there is run out, and Ascari gets the pole, legitimate pole in the Maserati 2-liter. He's really hooked up. And he's a real threat to win. I mean, I feel like he's going to be better on fuel than me. And I feel like the ability to go... I mean, Ascari is very good. And if I was racing in the Maserati, I don't think I'd be anywhere near him. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting today. We might have a 2-liter win overall. Like a legit overall win. It's funny though, the track is 7.5 miles, which is long. But compared to where we were last time out at the Isle of Man, this seems short. Like I can easily remember all the corners here, whereas the Isle of Man, that was like the mental strain of that and trying to remember everything. All right, so yeah, hopefully 39 showed up, so we got one that DNS, but that's pretty par for the course. We've had about one or two fail to show up for whatever reason. Not the end of the world. Still a really good field today. 39 cars, 2 hours here around Dundrod, and first stint all about just getting through it nice and clean. Yeah, size doesn't matter, I guess. Proof. Yeah, start, of course, always get through it clean. I need to get off the line good. I do think the Ferraris have a bit of a launch advantage over the D-type, so I've got Jackson and Scooby right behind me. It would be bad if they were able to jump me off the line. But Ascari, I have no idea. I haven't really had to race a Maserati heads up this season. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens here. So timers run out in quali, and then it should flip over to warm up. There's a 3-minute warm up just to let people take a quick bathroom break or whatever before we actually start here. Yeah, that's very impressive. Ascari is really impressive. It is almost one giant class. I mean, there's definitely a distinction. It seems generally the 5 liters are a bit quicker than the 2 and 3s. 2 and 3s are very evenly mixed. But it's gonna be kind of wild. I appreciate, as always, folks coming to watch today. Hope it's been a fun season. I've had a good time with it. It's really fun to race all of these tracks competitively, and to find a group of people that are willing to learn these cars, which are not easy to drive, willing to learn these tracks, which, I mean, even this track, although it's an actual circuit this time, you know, it's still, this is a tough one to learn. We had a few people, you know, try it out and just weren't either in the mental space for it or knew they would have a tough time doing it. So bowed out of this one. So it's definitely takes a lot of folks, but to get a full field every race so far has been awesome. I don't know how the next 2 rounds are going to be. I think the end of the season, here we go, flip over to the warm-up. End of the season at Le Mans, that's, I think, going to be a really popular one. I should have a pretty good car for that, though, being in the Jag. And here we go. Being in the Jag and Le Mans with the really long straightaways, I think I'll be in a pretty good spot. 'Cause I do have the highest top speed, so I expect to be competitive there. Targa Florio is going to be a massive toss-up, so if I can do well today and minimize what I have to do at the Targa Florio, I'll be pretty happy. I'm very excited to race at the Targa Florio, but I think it's going to be quite the chore in the Jag. Alright, I'm just gonna pop in the car for a second here and practice a quick start. Yeah, I just think it's gonna be kind of hard at Targa Florio to, you know, have a good race. It's gonna be more about surviving that one, and then wherever I end up will be where I end up. Wow, look at all the cars here. It's great. Absolutely great. Got the relative. Hopefully it doesn't freak out too much today. It doesn't seem to like folks when they're in the pits, which is probably going to end up. I imagine there's going to be some that end up here. All right, but I'm gonna try a practice start here, and hopefully these folks behind don't hit me. I'd love to angle the car out a little bit. That's where my pit stall is going to be. Yes, it's going to be something like this. It's probably going to be a little more angled, actually, but... yeah, it's going to be a lot more angled. And you see the car gets a lot of oversteer when you turn it, when you accelerate like that. So that's going to be the big concern is, like, obviously don't want to loop the car. The audio's messed up or something. It's interesting. I'll come through. I'm not going to do a full lap here. I think it should be good. My fuel strategy for this, I mean, we're not changing tires. We do have the league, as with all the other races, it's on 3 times fuel burn, so that's to create some strategy, because without that, you wouldn't need to stop for any of the cars. So the 3 times fuel burn, you know, makes it so that we do have to stop during the race, and I'm going to stop twice. It would be, like with all the races, it would be kind of close to try to make it, you know, off one stop. Who's your nickname? I don't know who that is. Hopefully. I don't think we have anybody with that name in here. Well, excellent, AJ. I was actually just thinking about IndyCar racing too last night. It might be something I start back up once this is done. Yes, traction control is your right foot. All right, here we go. So start's going to be the biggest thing to get through. Once we get through the start, need to try to get a good pace going. I'm hoping I can do, you know, 17-second laps and less for the whole race. I don't think I need to be doing 15s, so I want to keep it between 17s and high 15s. If I can do 16-second laps the whole time. Oh no, Sal left. I think that means Sal's out. Alright, it's loading the race session. I hope it doesn't crash, as always. There we go. Alright, loaded in. We got 1 minute. Double check the fuel. I'm running the same, almost exactly the same setup as I ran for Spa. Alright, we'll go here. Jump in the grid. Start right up front. As always, appreciate everybody joining in today to watch. I hope it's a fun race to see. It should hopefully be a good one. Right. Yeah, Ascari might be slow. I don't know. We got 16 seconds, I guess, till it begins. 2 hours here. I see 1 hour in the countdown for some reason. I don't know what that is. Oh, here we go. All right. Here we go. Alright, spin a little bit off the line, but there we go. Flagman behind, I think, lost his foot there. But Ascari gets away quickly. Jackson right behind me. Use the power of the Jag and muscle all the way by Ascari there. Jackson's thinking about it too. Down to the first corner, nice and easy here. Alright, focus forward. I just gotta get away from the line. Away from everybody behind me. Down to second gear. Down to first. Lethamstown. Going very, very tentatively. I don't want to go too slow because Jackson might run into the back of me if I'm way off pace or something. Alright, down to first here for Lethamstown Bridge. Just need to get a good exit onto Deer's Leap. Now Jackson's going to have good acceleration. Alright, up to second gear. He's going to be really quick here on this straightaway. I don't know if he'll try something. Up to third gear around the top of Deer's Leap. All right, there we go. Over the rises. Now don't miss the braking. Out of second gear, hard on the brakes. Nice and gently through here. Okay. All right, got a little gap, 8.8 seconds. But yeah, Scary definitely doesn't have the speed in a straight line, so first sector is probably his worst sector. Something tells me, though, we're not done seeing him today, so we will do my best here to try to get a bit of a gap when I can. Ooh, we got a few cars I can see in front. I don't know if they're just slow or they had some issues. Just scrub the inside there. Push me a bit wide. Brakes do, they can fade, but I got disc brakes, so that's one of my advantages in the Jag is the brakes don't really fade. So that's not, actually I didn't really even think of that before the race, but the Ferraris might have a tough time after a handful of laps. There's a lot of heavy braking around here. Alright. Jackson's sticking right on behind me, though. Jackson was the winner at Isle of Man last time out, so I know he's quick. Didn't really need third gear here. Right, down a second for the top of the hill. Come around to the hairpin now. You could definitely do an adventurous lunge here if you wanted to, but I think Jackson's a bit better than that. All right, come out of the hairpin here, a little bit of a bog. We'll head towards the end of the lap. Now, the front straightaway I should have an advantage there, which is good, because I think that's a passing opportunity. Slow on the entry. Jackson breathing down my neck. Not really anywhere for him to pass around here, but if I make a mistake, he'll absolutely slip by. Slide the car through the final corner. Alright, complete lap number 1. So I got through the first lap. Now we're 55 to go. Here comes Jackson. Oh, he's got such a run. I didn't get a great exit there. He's going to look on the inside. Thinks better of it. Thank you. That would be interesting. Jackson is here to race today. All right. Have a good race. I'm going to try to get into a groove here. I'm still feeling pretty tentative with everything. Make sure I hit all my shift points and braking markers. Hopefully everybody got through the first lap clean. I'm not seeing any, hubbub in the chat or anything. So, fingers crossed everybody was able to make it there. I think Ascari is not super far behind us. Scooby's still back there too, so tight little pack up front. Out of second gear. So slow there. I gotta speed a few of those corners up. Not good pace. Brake just after this big tree on the left. And as the car gets to it, I'll move to the brake pedal there. Not to make the same mistake I made in qualifying there. Oh no, Isidoro. Isidoro finished super well. Looks like Austin is out as well. Isidoro finished super well at the Isle of Man. I think he did only one stop or something, so was able to like leapfrog a whole bunch of folks. Racing the little Bristol. The mighty Bristol. A little slow there through Joey's windmill. Jackson's just following me right now. I'm not doing anything too exciting up here. See what this lap time is and give myself a good benchmark. So I know I can do 4:16s pretty easily. But it's so different when you're in the actual race. Also, the track is completely green right now, so it'll speed up as the race goes. Through the hairpin here. Try to get on the accelerator while you still have a lot of wheel cranked in it. Helps get the car to accelerate. Alright, I think I actually pulled a little bit on him there. You hear all the cars coming down the hill back there. Probably some pretty crazy racing in the back of the pack. Easy here through the final couple of corners. Get it set for the final corner. You want to be on the verge of drifting, just like that. We got a couple cars in the pits. A few cars in the pits. Alright, across the lines of 4:15.4. Alright, that's already faster than I'm thinking I would go. There's Liam in front here. It's going to be interesting. Past Liam up here. He's gonna run wide. Oh, come on, Liam, hold on to it. Oh, no, he hit Jackson behind. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not seeing Jackson there anymore. I just see... Oh, he's still back there. The Scari's leapfrogged him, though. Oh, no, that is not what we wanted. I'm sure he's got a bunch of damage from that. I don't know if he'll be able to make it to the pits or anything. Alright, Ascari's right on me now. I gotta continue to focus, but that was a big one. We got a car stopped on the right. Uh-oh, there's a lot of carnage happening here early on. Mark Ziedler's out. Oh boy. We thought there might be some altercations at the end of this one, if there was a race. It seems like Liam just kind of ran wide trying to avoid us, and had a tank slapper there. Oh, Jackson is out. Alright, so there goes the Ferrari. One of my biggest competitions today. We've got Benjamin and another Jag here in third, and Ascari still right behind, so I gotta continue to push. Oh no, Isidoro. I feel bad for Liam too, because I know he's going to be upset about that. But I think he just kind of pushed a bit wide. We got a car really slow in front here on the right. Looks like Alan might have lost a tire or something. Be better to retire that one. So a lot's happening here early on. I don't think it happened in the first corner, but first lap, melees. Second lap. was atrocious behind me. Oh boy. We got away pretty smooth up here, but keep focusing. I'm very distracted right now looking at everything going on. Still got a race to try to win here. Yeah, I mean, I know it's Oscaria, not Ascari. I have an accent. Everybody's got an accent. I'm not trying to pronounce it wrong. He's driving a lot like Ascari, so I think it's a fitting nickname. Anyways. Alright, he's going to be quick through that hairpin. I can see him sliding the rear end around. It's very rally style. Closed in like a second through there. Isn't that a beef company? We'll ask Ascari what nicknames he prefers, but yeah, those are all good suggestions. Alright, that was a 420. For some reason it said I was up. I guess we had to slow down a lot at the beginning of this lap, or the last lap, for all that carnage. I can't believe that happened. That's so... I feel bad for everybody involved. It's not just Jackson. I mean, Jackson didn't do anything wrong there. I mean, we were just in a line, but I saw Liam disappear out my right side, and I thought he might swing back around like that, and like I could get pit maneuvered or something. But he just slid in behind me, so I really lucked out there. Probably used all my luck for this one. Yeah, I guess he might be doing the Scandi flick. Oh, Declan's out. Man, we had 16 folks finish at Spa, and I think we're pacing a bit quicker than this today. So I see Frank in front, 34th, probably a lap down. Hour 45 to go. I need to make it to about hour 20 before I pit. I'll have plenty of fuel to do that, but I don't really want to run on ultra low fuel. Car is just not good. Wow, I was over 2 seconds ahead of Ascari there, and then he pulled me in through the corners. I bet he was just laying back a little bit. We're gonna feel the full wrath here in a minute. Calm down a little bit. Things seem to have worked themselves out here slightly. Crazy first few laps. Right out to the edge of the track there. So to make that corner as straight as possible. This is the section I can pull out on Ascari. Track's already feeling a bit more grippy than it did. .317. The track is a bit different these days. I'll point out where it's different. It's one section specifically, but the road itself is a bit wider in a few spots. There also are some curbs here and there. The end of the track here, the hairpin is a bit different these days. I think it's a little less severe. So there's a few reasons why the bikes are so much quicker beyond the just the fact that they're probably a lot quicker around a track like this than 50s sports cars. Just bonked the inside there. Don't need to do that. Scary really pulls me in through that last section. As far as I know, all this is the same these days. Rev out second gear. I hope it lasts. Oh, I'm gonna understeer here. Come on, right to the edge. Lucked out there. So it's hard to avoid those. The car just does that sometimes if you don't get it absolutely perfect on entry. All right, come across the line. Starting to get some frame dips there. Looks like Alan made it back to the pits. I'll start another lap though. The 4:15.6. About as good as I could hope for, to be honest, but I'm gonna have a Scary breathing down my neck this whole race. Through the first couple corners. Yeah, it'd be neat to see his on board, because I know the driving style is completely different between these two types of cars. Alright, so I go through the right. So this is an area, ooh, a tire sitting there. So these days, this track, it goes straight here, the road here, all the way to Deer's Leap. This part over at Lethamstown Bridge doesn't exist anymore. So this is probably the biggest area that's different these days. The slow left-right doesn't exist. Here's a Scary coming from behind. He's so quick through the slow stuff. So quick. I gotta try to really be on it through there. I have him pretty easily down the straightaways, obviously, but it's the slow corners. That's like the worst part about the D-type. Yeah, he loses 1.5 seconds, but he easily gained it back through the first sector. Through there as well, you can just see him close in on me. He's actually going to be pretty close through the next two. I should be able to pull him up to the end of the lap from here to see if we can get a good exit there. Yeah, he really is challenging for the overall win. Got a car we're catching up to Volodymyr. Clip the inside there, it's alright. Don't want to do that here though, can definitely push you wide. Had to wait on the throttle just a little bit through there. Well, Ariel's out. I think we already saw Ariel, maybe that was qualifying. Irvin's up here too, so it's gonna be a really interesting race to see play out. I'm really worried about fuel stuff. I feel like my plan was to take a full tank at both stops, but I think Ascari, there is a possibility he could single stop, which he would absolutely win. He's only 2 seconds behind me. I'm gonna lose about a minute pitting. We got a couple slow cars in front. Whoa, one car on one wheel. It's not ideal. It's Montes. He's gonna let me by on the left here. I was a bit late on the brakes. Get it slowed. Oh man, run wide. I outbroke myself. Distracted there a little bit. Alright, we're okay. Actually, I think that didn't end up being too bad, but I missed the hairpin quite a lot. We got a car stopped on the left. Real deal. Volodymyr in front, Ukrainian driver. Darren's in the pits in the Bristol, which definitely shouldn't have to pit by now. Probably unexpected. Alright, that's a 4:15.4 still. Yeah, I think he was missing a wheel. That was probably his wheel we saw at one of the fast left-handers up here. Alright, Volodymyr's in front. He's going to have the spot here going into the first few corners. Going to have a lot of traffic, I think, for this one. Actually, expect him to not be too slow through here. There's a tire there. That might be Romantis. We'll keep it nice on the inside there. Lose a bit of time, but it's not too bad. I did pass on the left. We don't really have a passing rule in for this race. Scari's right there. He was able to actually get around Volodymyr a lot quicker than me. Bad through there. I think I actually gained a bit on Ascari that time. Now I'm worried I'm saying his name wrong. I'm trying my best with my silly accent. I want to keep it nice and smooth. It's fun to slide the car around. There's a few places where you need to do that, but by and large, it's always quicker to keep things nice and tidy. Certainly less risky. A little slide there. That's good, though. Even that extra second there, it's just, that's one of those places. If you run a little wide, you're going to smack right into that wall on the left. Oh, gained a whole bunch on Ascari, so yeah, Jim, everything's working well. We're running for everybody, like I said already, but Just Race is hosting the servers all season for us, and they're doing a great job. They helped us get this all running and run the championship the way we want to, and I know we're not the easiest with the formats and stuff, so I appreciate all the flexibility they're able to put in. Got a slow car in front. Alan again. Did he knock off another wheel? I think Alan's in the Cunningham. Ooh, suspension bits and everything. There's Alan. Run wide on him. Oh, he exited right as I went past. That's too bad. He's running a Cunningham. It's the first Cunningham we've had in a race all season. Come on, don't run too wide. I actually think it's better to not hug the apex here. I'm trying to carry some speed, but I really bogged down that time. And just like that, between that incident and the hairpin, Ascari's back to a second and change. Another slower car in front here. Interesting. Are they coming in the pits? Swing wide, maybe. Ooh. Yeah, they were pitting. Ooh, and the other Jag, that's Benjamin, that was in third for a little while. So he's in the pits too. Oh man, the attrition today is unreal. Yeah, you could build your own car just by walking around the track and picking stuff up. For sure. Yeah, I haven't seen, none of our races this season have been this much attrition. I think this track is just really hard. It's not an easy track. I am really, really hopeful I can make it through this thing without running wide on one corner and losing a wheel like that. All right. Just as I talk about it, I bump into the banking there. You can get away with that, and that's been one nice thing. The little berms, as long as you don't run into anything solid, they can help you. They don't really mess up the car much. Yeah, Scari's still there. I'm just gonna keep my head forward. I think he'll have a hard time passing me unless I make a mistake, just because of my straight line speed. But I would love to pull out a gap because I'm still worried about the pits and everything. But I think it's just me and Oscari up here, unless one of us makes an error, because Ervin's pretty far back at this point. And I don't think anybody that's pit so far is doing so for strategy reasons. Although, we'll see. Right up to the edge there, we're good. We got a slower car in front. Mantus again. How's he going? He's going to stick to the left. It slowed me down so much. See if Ascari's able to... See, the thing is, I'm making that lane for us to get through. Then he's able to just follow me. Here, right at the signs, jump on the brakes. I was doing first gear through here quite often, but second just cuts down on that wheel spin a bit. You don't have to be quite as gentle on it. Hard on the brakes. Oh, I just bonked the signs there. Come on. A lot of wheel spin. The overlay I'm using is kind of a custom one at this point. Or it is very much a custom one at this point. It's using bits and pieces from overlays that are online. I did share the relative overlay to the league if you join the league. On the bottom of the screen is called Tiny HUD, which is on Steam. Alright, 4:15.7. Should get me in the 15, so I'm about a second quicker than I was thinking, but it could be the track. About 4 seconds on the straightaway here ahead of Ascari. I do need to set up my pit strategy. I didn't do that yet. Do that on a straightaway coming up. So I think if this was just a straight out drive, I might be able to beat Ascari, but with the pits, it's very much to play for. Oh, did Ervin do a loop at the hairpin? It's easy to do. I'm surprised that tire's just sticking there. You know, I was thinking we'd have a lot of traffic to pass, but with how many cars have crashed, that might not actually happen. Now, Formula One never raced here, but the sports cars did in 1950 through 1955. And these days, or up until very recently, it was a motorcycle circuit. I'm still being pretty cautious through here. I don't think a good idea to push, but Ascari's fallen back here about 5 seconds now. Allen's out. Seen him a couple times yet. On the front stretch this time, I'm going to get my pit box all ready. I'm very anxious about the pit strategy, though. Yeah, it would have just been hard to qualify in a really slow car like that, since we do take the drivers who turn the quickest laps. It's kind of a week-long qualifying. It's been a lot of fun. I think folks have enjoyed. Also, you know, it can be frustrating. I steer so much there. The qualifying leading up to each of these events, I feel like it's an event within itself. Slide there, let's go. I'm pulling out on Ascari through, who knows, little mistakes, traffic, but it is happening. Yeah, just because we're not racing them in this season, I do recommend the smaller displacement cars in this mod. They're a lot easier to drive. By far, and they're good fun, especially around like the Targa Florio or something. You can get yourself out of trouble pretty easy. We'll come across the line. Should be about 10 laps per stint, so a couple more laps, get up to third gear here. Oh no, my button box isn't working. I've mapped all the buttons for all the commands to the button box, but it's not working. What do I do? I have my buttons to do, obviously, like to start the car there. Oh, don't miss a shift. Why isn't it working? That's never happened before. This is a big issue, potentially. So my button to request my pit stop, my button to change my pit stop stuff, it's mapped to that button box. I don't know, do I unplug it and plug it back in? I feel like that could mess everything up. I don't know what to do. Yeah, but if I unplug it, is that gonna like ruin all my controllers or something? I can't use keyboard arrows, no, because I've unmapped. Like when you map your buttons, it unmaps the keyboard, I believe. Yeah, I don't have a way to bring up the dashboard. Well, I can't. Yeah, I can change. So when I go into the pit lane, I don't know if it'll be able to... Oh, my crew's ready. Oh, Sim, you're saving me. I don't have a way to change the pit strategy, though. because that's on that box, and I think that might pop up once I go into the pit lane, but I'm not sure. I don't know, if I unplug it, I'm worried that it's gonna freak out when I plug it back in and like my wheel won't work anymore or something. Gosh, this is definitely not what I needed. I've never had this happen before. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I have the wrong window focused. No, it's definitely not. It's a good thought. It's going through my head. Yeah, I must have, I mean, I know I cannot bring up that menu without my button box. I mean, do I pit this time by? I think I should, because the crew's at least going to be there. And maybe I can adjust it. Maybe I'll try while I'm in the pits to unplug it. Oh, it's so risky. I'm just worried R Factor 2 is going to freak out when I plug it back in and like disconnect my pedals. Does anybody know if that ever happens? If you're driving, then you unplug something and then plug it back in, will it work again? Is it worth it? Come on, I'm missing this. Nope, that's really far. That's bad. Alright, I'm gonna pit this time because at least my crew should be there. And I'm only 2 minutes early. I know I'm way good on fuel. I think when I pull into the pit lane it should bring up the box. And I might have to just leave it there. We could be okay here. If I can get that box to show up. I have to drive only using the button box, yeah. Alright, this is the plan. I'm going to go into the pits this time because the crew should be there. And I'm going to pit, hopefully, and then hopefully the thing pops up and I'll just leave it up the rest of the race. Alright, coming into the pits. There's my crew. Show it. No, it's not showing it. Lose a lot of time here. Alright, I'm still going to pit anyway. I committed to it. Come on, show the box. It's not going to put enough fuel in anyways. Please. Okay, wheel still works. There it is. Alright, I think I'm okay. Oh, it's changing tires. Oh no. This isn't good. This is how stuff like this becomes unwound. I was driving so well. I guess it's like a small mechanical failure. The box works again. Able to get my pit stuff up. Come on. Oh no! Why did I think I was going to be able to drive through him? That's my fault. 100%. I'm so sorry. That's Ervin too. Alright, just get focused again. I lost so much time in that pit stop. I did not get the car all the way full, I don't think. Oh, I did. Oh my god. I think it's just going to be a little bodywork damage. I'm still in fourth. I'm still in fourth place. Let's just get my head down and back to it. But if Ascari has no problems pitting, he's absolutely going to come out in the lead, regardless of, yeah, iRacing moment. Nick, I've been playing iRacing a lot, and I absolutely, that is 100% my fault. I was just like, you can drive through cars in the pits. Yeah, I think our cars will be okay. It's just a little bonk. I feel bad I hit him. I'm sure that was appreciated in the pit box. Yeah, I'm still in the race. I feel bad I hit Ervin. Alright, we're not going to repair. So it turns out you can unplug the button box. Oh no, he left? I hope I didn't cause that. I mean, I just got bodywork damage. I can't imagine that like totaled his car. What? I really hope I didn't cause him to have to DNF. don't know why that would have happened. First gear, I don't need that. I mean, I bonked it, but that's no way. I'm convinced that wouldn't have made him have to DNF. Right? Okay, he made a mistake. Okay. I mean, that's unfortunate because he was in like 3rd overall, wasn't he? Alright, I'm in 4th place here. Hour 17 to go. I want to make it to about 40 minutes. My button box is working now. I thank the sim. It's normally annoying that the sim requests your pits for you, but I appreciate it then. I've never had I have to figure out what happened. I've never had the button box just stop working before. Jesus, bunker. Alright, so we'll have to see once things cycle through where I'm at. I can't imagine that I'm not going to be behind Ascari now, just unless he has the same amount of issues I had in the pits. I mean, I guess overall, I did lose time backing out of the pits, so I probably lost like 10 seconds, which absolutely is enough. Yeah, I mean, all season I've been using it and don't have any issues. I use it a lot. Having a button box is really nice because you can, no matter the sim, you can have your buttons be the same things. So you kind of muscle memory everything. You usually can have them be the same things. And then you don't need a bunch of buttons on your wheel, which is sometimes good depending on the type of car or the command, but your wheel moves, so it can be hard to know where the button is sometimes. Alright, 528 there, still in 4th. Okay, it's Ascari up front, Simon's in 2nd. Another 2-liter. This is going to be the 2-liter race. I mean, I'm in 1st, I think, for the 5 liters. So, as far as that championship's concerned, but I definitely want a podium overall here. Bit of drama, a lot of drama so far. Got off the line all right, was able to get into the lead, but then huge drama as if a couple laps in. Jackson, big accident behind me, and then just fending off Ascari. Go to get ready for the first pit stop, discover my button box doesn't work anymore. Luckily able to make the pit. R Factor 2 requested the pit stop, and then in the pits, got the button box working. Had a brain fade, tried to run through somebody. Give him a nice whack. Damaged my car a little bit, probably lost 15 seconds, and back out. That's been the race so far if you're just popping in. In the second stint, hour 15 minutes to go. And just push through here and try to catch back up to Ascari. He still has to pit, I think, but if he's only doing a single stop, 20 seconds ahead of me right now. Actually, he might have stopped. You all know if you're watching the broadcast, maybe Ascari stopped already. That would be a big gap. Liter size is how big the engine is, not the amount of fuel. Big engines are not everything, especially around a track like this. Handling is much more important here, as we're seeing today. Got Martin Bayer in front of me, leader in the 3-liter class. Yeah, I did take off the damage repair, but good reminder. I don't think I need it. I think I'm fine on speed and everything. Ooh, our signs are gone now. Casper Stoltz lurking in the background. Still sliding wide here. That's Martin right in front of me, so that white car up there is 4th position overall. It's a 7.5-mile track. Fast there. Went up to 3rd for no reason. Oh, don't worry, Ervin. That was my fault. I just had a brain fade too, thinking it was iRacing. I tried to drive through you. It's much, probably more my fault than yours, to be honest. 4:16.8. I gotta pick it up a little bit. Get it down in a second, get a little extra torque from the engine to help turn through there. You don't really need to slow down much. It'll be interesting if the 2-liters get the overall victory, but I would very much like the victory today for the points. I did get a point for the pre-qualifying. And I guess I'll get a point in class for the race qualifying, but not overall. Muscari's got that today. It's wild. Whoa, little squirrely there. You can have some wicked tank slappers at the top of Deer's Leap. Down a 2nd gear here. Edge of the track here. I'm always worried I'm going to dip the wheels on the grass there, which would not be good. There we go. It's nice and smooth. Should be able to pass Martin. I have a feeling this is actually the gap. So somehow, I guess through all that, I mean, it would make sense if I lost like 15 seconds in the pits. I was maybe not super speedy on the entry and stuff. I changed tires. But I guess Ascari has been able to get that lead. Late on the brakes there. Come on, there we go. Really shove the pedal in, get it to turn. big lockup from Martin in front. Just gonna pivot the car. I still run wide. It is so hard to get turned there. To the edge. Martin in front here, diving in the pits. All right, so Martin had to pit. It's an hour 7 minutes to go, so I'm back up to third now. So I don't know if did Ascari, does anybody know if Ascari in first and second pit? To be fair, it was a botched pit stop, but there was a lot going on that was out of my control. But yes, we're maybe a bit behind now. Just weird happenings in the pit stop. It's definitely my fault I ran into Ervin. Alright, so I'm in third position now. Right, Simon hasn't, but Ascari has. Interesting. So I'm going to try to pull in that gap. There's a little, on that berm on the left there, there's a little straight up and down section that you definitely can't hit. Got a bunch of cars here in front to pass. It's a bad section to catch folks in. Volodimir's gonna let me in. Appreciate that. This is Toby in front. Yeah. Make it clear I'm going around to the right side here, Toby. Squeak through. Alright, past the Merc. And thankfully it wasn't like my wheel or something that stopped working. So if any of my controllers were to stop, the button box is definitely the one I'd pick. I only use it in this sim to do the pit stop stuff, so. Alright, Ascari's 17 seconds up. I might have pulled him in a little bit. I just gotta keep on that. Especially if he's gonna have to pit again as well. We could be on more or less equal footing. Come on. I've run this wide for the last 6-7 laps. Yeah, it was a big bozo moment for sure, running into Ervin there. Well, Richard's out. Attrition has slowed down a lot since the first handful of laps were crazy. I got the line wrong there. I'm gonna run wide a little bit. There we go. Wasn't good. No blue flags in the 50s. It's all gentleman driving. There's a 417.9. I feel... I mean, I guess I had to pass a couple cars, so maybe that's where the speed is. See, I need to be doing good laps right now. Sly by night in front. It's crazy to think that's a 2-liter car in front, and I'm also racing a 2-liter for the race win. It's gonna let me on the inside here. Okay, didn't lose too much time. Appreciate that. Front's bouncing around quite a bit. Matt had a real rough go at Isle of Man. I think some internet issue or something in like the last corner of the last lap, which I can't even imagine devastation and making it 5.9 laps around the Isle of Man and having something happen. I think it was an internet thing, if I'm remembering correctly. Pulling in Simon a bit. I think Ascari are very similar in speed somehow. Ascari's very quick. Nice little slide through there. Almost halfway now. These races, at least for me, they go by so fast. 2 hours just is not long. Hopefully make it by Matt up here somewhere. Matt's in 12th in class, 25th overall, so might have had some issues. I know Matt's very quick. Bit of net code here. I think Matt's in Australia, so he's gonna let me. This is super nice of him. Thank you. Wish I could wave. All right, 1 hour to go. Let's try not to blow the hairpin this time. Understeer. We're gonna run right into the grass. Oh my god, I barely missed it. If I hit the grass there, I would absolutely slide into the banking. It's happened to me a couple times now. Got a lot of understeer suddenly. Oh, Frank's out. Alright, 4:17.7. It's not good. try to hustle through this. This is where Rajatsu. Wow. So Rajatsu's out now. Getting a second wave of attrition here as we just passed halfway. Pulling in Simon. He hasn't pit though, then he's going to make it on one stop, so that gap's real. But I have a feeling he pit as well. Pull up Benjamin, that's one of my 5-liter class cars. Anybody's curious about season standings and stuff, there's a link in the stream description to the current points, championship, and all that. All the results from all the prior races, and hopefully everything you could want to know. Alright, I'm up on this lap, so finally doing a good lap here. The car still has it in it, it's just me. I gotta drive it. Can't get the car to turn there. Jag is good at one thing, and that's going at a straight line and slowing down in a straight line. Don't run wide there. Alright, this will be a decent lap. Just gotta do quality laps here. Try to pull in this gap a bit. And hope that I can get lucky with things. Oh, there's Simon in the pits. Alright, so I'm back to second. Simon pits with 54 minutes remaining, so I think Simon might have one-stopped. Simon might be in a Bristol, so I think the Bristol's the best car on fuel, so that's probably how they're able to do that. So, interesting. Definitely, I was a few seconds back on him, so we'll need to probably make that up. So I think he'll get back in front of me through the pit stops. Slide there. Alright, this car is 22 seconds up, headed up to Deer's Leap. That's a long time to make up just driving. pushing a bit more now. I just need to... If I have any hopes of winning this, I'm going to have to catch and pass him. Safe thing to do would be to just ride and finish second, but I want to win this. I need the points. The real deal's in front here. There's another Jaguar in front catching. That inside curve just a little bit. Hopefully I can squeak by. Yeah, tires don't matter at all in these cars. We could easily run the whole race on the same set and maybe burn, 6% of them or something. There it goes. Lets me by. Thank you. Tough to tell what the actual gap is to Ascari because depending on where we are on the track, it's not really a smart relative. You just kind of have to compare. I was, 22 seconds headed up to Deer's Leap last time, so we'll look. Like that might have been Ascari there, headed out the other side of the hairpin, so he's not totally out of reach, but he is up the road. There we go. Come on. Get it locked in for this right-hander. A 14-1. It's a pretty good lap. A bit fast, just a bit running wide. It probably looks so minor, but these little deviations from the line just make my heart sink. You gotta be very precise around here. Oh, Kuba's very quick, so it's another driver out. 23. Oh, I think this guy is actually pulling from me despite relatively quick laps here. I was too close to the edge there. If I touched that grass, it would be race over. Like there's a sign that is missing there. It just caught me off guard a bit. My braking marker's gone. Alright. The crew's ready for pit stop, but we do not need it right now. Yeah, I would think the race is going to be about 28, 29 laps total. Oh, he just did the fastest lap, did he? Next time the leader crosses the line after the timer's done, that's when the race is over. Yeah, Ascari is so quick, and I don't know. I'm just gonna try to keep putting in the work. You never know what's gonna happen here. Even if I'm not catching him, I'm reducing the amount I lose. So maybe if there's a mistake or a crash or something, you know, it's just enough to catch him. Just want to always do as best you can. You know, within the limits. I'm not gonna drive recklessly here. I need to finish. Second place is still good. It's still first in class. Ooh, a lag in front. Seems like we do have quite a bit of lag today. I don't know if it's the server or what. I don't think it's the server. Oh, Jose's very slow here. Come on. That was a bit quick. Whew. Thought I was gonna bump him. It's alright. I think it's a real name. I'm not sure though. Alright, 14.4. $19 seconds off of Ascari at the line. It's holding. It's been about that. It's important. We're very similar speeds. I just lost so much time in the pits. I'm worried about it. I really do need to fill the car. It's so hard to drive on quarter tank. Got about one more lap till I pit. But I probably could get away with putting just like a little bit of fuel in. I don't know. I feel like even if the car is hard to drive, it's my only shot would be to have a very, very quick pit stop. So do I short fill and just put in like 10 gallons or something and just enough to make it? Or do I fill it up? I normally go for the safe strategies because just driving the cars is hard enough, but I don't think I'm going to be able to catch them just on pace. I need help in the pits. Now, I got plenty of fuel right now. I got a quarter tank. I don't really know how much fuel I use per lap, though. I just never did those calculations and stuff because I figured we would just do two stops, fill it up all the way, and go. No, I can't finish without pitting. Definitely need to pit, but it's likely it could be a quicker pit stop. It's gonna take them like 40 seconds to put full fuel in. I'm wondering if I should just go a bit lower. Decisions. That's what it's all about, though. Strategy. Real human opponents. Real race course. It's awesome. This race so far, I mean, there's been some big crashes and things, but it's been a really fun race. Really what I was hoping for out of this series. Big skid there. Oh, that's right, it does calculate it for me. So if I did like 3.8 gallons at 10 laps, so I would need to have 38 gallons to finish with 10 laps to go. Ooh, that's a bit fast. That's what I get for looking at fuel instead of drive. Alright. Did a little, like, endo on the wall. Good. Lose like a second doing that, though, man. See, that's the thing, though. The car gets hard to drive on low fuel. Imagine sim racing in 10 years. So I can tell you this, it hasn't changed that much in 10 years. It's very similar to what it was 10 years ago, so. I don't think it's going to be that different in 10 years. I'm kind of stuck in the past, though, so. Alright, we got a car in the pits here. Come across the line, so 41 minutes to go, so next lap would be 40 minutes to go, would be where I pit, would normally want to pit. Lost 4/10 to Ascari in that last lap. Well, Casper's out. I think I'm gonna fill it. I think I'm just gonna fill it. The car it gets really sketchy on low fuel, and I need to finish this race. I'm in this for a championship. I want to beat Ascari today, but I think realistically it would save me like maybe eight seconds in the pits to, you know, skip a little fuel. You can see the car just start sliding kind of erratically. So I think we're gonna just fill it all the way this time, and just try to do an awesome final stint and see where it all shakes out. But if Ascari's clean like he has been, you know, I think he's got that lead. That first pit section was bad enough. Slow through there. Alright, so we'll pit in this time, fill it up, not replace tires, don't fix damage, and then go out and try to just rocket to the finish line best I can. Whoa! Oh my god, there was a tire there and I drove straight over it and luckily have the ground clearance to get over it. Oh my god, if you watched recently the rally I did something like that and tore the oil pan out of my car. Oh my god. Whose tire was that? Alex Slappy? Was it? Request my stop. works out with the pits this time. Well, people keep losing their tires. All right, crew's ready. Just as I round the final corner, coming to the pits. Hope everybody's looking out behind them. Eduardo pulls away. All right, that was close. He kind of went straight though. All right, pits. 45 seconds. Oh, that's so long. But this is the final stop to the end. No, it wasn't a Scari's wheel. It was not. Alright. I hope it's been a good watch so far. A lot of driving to go, though. 36 minutes. This is such a long pit stop. This is agonizing. You imagine the guys are behind the car and they're filling the fuel and it's dumping out probably onto me. Pit stops back then were pretty gnarly. Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Alright, come on. Get out of the pits here and back onto it. So pit stops are done. I'm still in second. So I don't know where Simon is. That was a long pit stop. But back on full fuel, and definitely good to the end, no matter what. And just need to be careful here. Warm tires, but full fuel, so I gotta get the feeling again. And if Ascari doesn't make any mistakes, he's absolutely earned this one today. Crazy speed this week, and like to drive that car that fast is so impressive. It's crazy. But I want to win this so bad. Alright, Simon's 15 seconds behind, so he cleared Simon and Martin by quite a ways. The car just feels so much more planted on full fuel. A little harder to get stopped, so it hurts there, but I just find it much easier to manage the car's weight and turn it and things with full fuel, or fuller fuel. Once we get to 3/4 tank, that's where it's perfect. Right at the tree, sign on the left is gone. I can't help but lean when I'm driving this. It just feels right. Still a quarter of the race to go, so there's a lot that could still happen. I think Ascari still has to pit, technically, so... Oh, Nitramacin. It's such a shame. I was saying this in some of the last races, you know, if you crash out with the last quarter of the race or something, it's just, you made it so far. When you crash out at any point, it's a bummer, but if you get that far into the race and then something happens, it's always worse. I don't lean in all cars. I just find this one, I'm like just trying to get it to turn, so I'm always leaning. These cars are so fun to drive. I can't express that enough. Oh, there's that tire still. If you haven't tried these cars, I so recommend it. Now, you might want to do an easier track as your first one than this, just to get a feel for them, because they are different to drive. For sure. They're such a pleasure. Hard on the brakes here. See, it almost seems like it stops better with the full fuel. I don't know. If you want somebody wearing the helmet and goggles, you gotta watch Nico. Although he bowed out this week, but I think he'll be back, at least for Le Mans, with everybody. And he does the goggles and the helmet and everything. Go nicely through. Do I lean the most with the Escort? Maybe I do. Alright, over the line. Scary, 36 seconds ahead. I think he's pit now. Oh man. 1:19 up the road was our last split. We'll see what it is at the end of this lap. That's a big lead. How did he get that much of a lead? The pit time. Nice and smooth. There's nothing I can do but do good laps. That's what I gotta do. I'll let the rest happen. Alright, it's pulled in a bit, so maybe he's not that far up the road. We'll see. I guess he was 1:20 and then he pit, and then this is what we're seeing now for the gap. But I think he's still pulled out quite a ways on me, because like 10 seconds or something. I've got a bunch of different wheels for the Fanatec here. I use a classic rim for this one. If you remind me after the race, I can show you. I like having the different wheel rims that kind of match the car that you're driving somewhat. It would be nice to have a nice wood wheel rim, but it's expensive. I use a 350 millimeter though, this one, so it fits it nice. See a car up the road here. So I don't know how many cars we have left in the race, but it's getting close to that 16 number, I think. See Sly by Night's 17th. At 30 minutes to go. Oh, a bit tight there. We're all right. Stuff all over the track still. That tire just gonna be there the rest of the race now. Oh, come on. That's fast. Oh. The car just did not slow down there. That was a pretty decent wall hit. Hopefully the suspension's okay. We're alright. I think it's still relatively straight. That caught me off guard. Oh, I'm still here too. Alright, I can't make mistakes. I'm so close to the end of this. It's just that understeer. I just didn't get the car turning quite enough when I entered up there. Maybe a little too much speed. Luckily those wire fences aren't rock hard, so you just kind of bounce off of it. I think I'm okay, though. The suspension's alright. I'm trying to take the banking. Ideally, no. Alright, so that's my first accident of the race, I think. A bigger thing. Yeah, with the pit stops, I might have passed him a few times. Car got a little squirrely there. Might be slightly messed up, the camber or something in the right front, but it's definitely drivable. That right front's taking a beating. That's where I hit Ervin too. Alright, 29 seconds behind Ascari. Not gonna let that one little bump bother me. Hard on the brakes here. First accident. Yes, first accident outside the pits. We gotta get around slide by night here. There we go. Right, I gotta hit the other side. There, hit Paulina. Ascari's just masterclass, this one. Get to the tree here. Gotta pick stuff that's, I did pick a few signs as my braking markers, and that was a mistake. So you gotta remember to pick stuff that's never gonna be gone, like trees or, you know, I've definitely before, subconsciously or even consciously, like used the shadow as a braking marker, which is the worst idea. It's like racing 101. I used a G27 on a desk for 25 years. Not 25 years, but 10 years. Before that I used a keyboard and a joystick and things. You definitely do not need like a rig to have fun. With Scooby in this race, I don't know if Scooby's still in the race, I haven't seen him, but Scooby uses a controller. We were all talking about that this morning because Scooby is quick. So you definitely do not need all the equipment. It is nice, however. Alright, try not to mess this up again. Hard on the brakes. A little bit more than usual. Yeah. I think I just didn't get that nice pop to get it into the corner. Yeah, it's not, I mean, it is impressive to go fast with a controller, but it's, to be consistent as well and be able to actually, like, do a full race like that, that impresses me even more. Because just having the exact muscle memories in your fingers to do that. We'll come through the final few corners here. So we're getting down to it, 23 minutes to go. Best lap, 4:15.4, 28 seconds behind Scooby. So I think, or not Scooby, Ascari. I think he's just riding, which is definitely what I would do. Is just nicely get to the end. If you go back on this channel, I had a G27 2 years ago. That's what I had used for forever. Alright, Simon's falling back a little bit. Got some lapped cars coming up. So it'll be an interesting handful of laps here to the end. Is that engine braking, second gear. 22 minutes. Come through there. Best laps of 14.1. Slide there. It wasn't not a good complex that time through there. Got Nikolai coming up. It's been a tough one today. Just that first whole pit sequence. I don't know, I'll have to watch it back and see if I could have done anything differently, but the button box not working kind of threw me off there. Definitely where I lost the most time, but either way, I think Ascari's been a bit quicker. Through there, no issues this time. It never would be an issue. A couple cars here. Nate as well. Get a little bit of wheel spin to get the car moving. And not quite enough. Through the final corner a little bit, across the line. Alright, it's 15.1. Can't really get down to the 14s now, and I'm sure, well, 27.5. So I'm pulling in like a half second a lap maybe on Ascari, and I have to imagine he's just kind of, gapping, managing the gap to the end. I would do the same exact thing if I was in his shoes. Just take every corner that slight bit easier. I can gain 20 seconds on him, and it's fine. He'll still win by 7 seconds. Try to carry speed through here. Really use the full throttle. Throttle is not an on and off button in these cars. It's you use the full thing as much as you can. Those corners, I think that's where I'm losing a lot of time, is in these two right-handers. I'm just really being easy on them. It's a really easy place to mess up big time. That was nice. Nice wide sweeping entry. too wide there. I put the wheel on the screen for you all. I don't race with that because I have the wheel right in front of me in my hands, but I figure folks want to see my inputs, so that's why that's on there. I can actually barely see it because my wheel covers it up. Alright, we got Nikolai here. I'm just going to give him the time. I'm not going to make up 28 seconds in 17 minutes, so more about getting to the end, but try not to lose too much time because you never know what could happen. Alright, we'll pass on the right here, nice and easily. On the outside of the 256. There we go. Got Nate in front of me now. The Bristol, I can tell. It's the Bristol. He'll be quick through this corner. Whoa, he went over that tire. I wonder if that tire is actually there or what. Oh, I see a Scary there. I'm sure that's just time for the hairpin. We'll see what the gap is at the line. They either went over it like I did handful of laps back, or maybe it's not actually there and it's just showing for me for some reason. Through the last couple corners here. 15 minutes to go. This is probably going to be 4 more laps maybe. Across the lines of 14.6. Back to 28 seconds though, so despite doing my best lap in quite a few laps, this Scary pulls out. 14.6, that's a good lap. Especially I have to pass somebody. I would have loved to have seen what like Yerne could have done in the Ferrari around here, just to see if this pace is actually good or not. I think it is. I think it's a pretty good pace for the Jag. Ooh, it's a big kiss. Mechanics are gonna wonder why I've got some dirt in the hub. I should get boots that have GP laps embroidered on them. That'd be a little much. I picked these up really cheap. They were like used, or not used, but not brand new. I don't know. I needed shoes. These pedals definitely, they're just so hard to press. You need shoes of some kind. You don't need racing shoes. But I figure if I ever want to go karting or something, now I have shoes to do that. 2 birds, 1 stone. And they'll be nice and broken in from all the sim racing. A little bit wide there this time. Whoa. Just kissed that bank there. They're good. Oh, it's catching up to Silver Wolf. Silver almost didn't make this race, and on the last qualifying day found some speed, but they're leading the points in the 2-liter just from being consistent all year. So, I mean, Ascari's going to come away real big today if everything works out like it is. Just kiss that bank. You see it push me. 12 minutes. It's just about getting to the finish line now. And not making any mistakes, and just if something happens, be there. Gotta get around these couple of lapped cars. Which prevent us again, who have passed quite a few times. In that Lagonda, it's worth noting the Lagonda is a beast to drive. Yeah, definitely don't want to wear anything heavy while you're sim racing. I'm probably the only person that wears jeans when they sim race. I've seen most folks wear like shorts and stuff. I'll ditch the flannel after practice today. Come through the chicane here. Mantis and Silverwolf in front. Hope I don't see car sideways up here. Whoa, or me. There we go. I come across the lines of 14.5. So doing those 14-second laps here towards the end. Got 10 minutes to go. Probably 3 more laps. We actually had the most diverse class for the 5-liter group out of any of the races so far this season. We had a Cunningham in here, not the big Cunningham, but one of the converted Ferraris. We had 2 different Ferrari models. We had the Lagonda here in front. A little surprising, but we got it. Follow Silver here. $14.12s. Ooh, that's an interesting place to park it. Silver. It was interesting. Minutes to go. Alright, see if I can scoot around. I would love to not go too wide through Deer's Leap. Come on, just let off. I guess I could say the same for myself, but... Alright, that was a little close. Silver's gonna pick up a podium in class today. I do have a fan on me, but it's not. I'm gonna blow my hair back. You wouldn't notice. I need like Barry Rowland's majestic hair. Oh, Eduardo. That's a precarious position to be in. I hope he has some relative or something. It's a bad spot to be sitting sideways. At least it's a slower section. But if he's reversing and stuff to try to straighten out, I hope he's able to do that. Looks like he was able to get away, so hopefully no more dramas. Right, down to second gear here. There's nothing I can do about the bit rate, so it's just YouTube. Hopefully it's watchable. Alright, 7 minutes, so probably 2 more laps here, I would imagine. It'll be tight though. It'll be tight. across the line. Hopefully just 2 more laps. We got the bots. Just wishing me a good finish, I think. Yeah. Just the trees. It's a beautiful... I really recommend trying this track if you have R Factor 2. You don't have to drive. These cars are kind of a death wish around here. But definitely I recommend lapping your favorite car around this track. It's so beautiful. I love the Isle of Man, but this track just is, I don't know, a little more magical to me, and it's more approachable, obviously. Just still 7.5 miles, so it's plenty long, but you know, you can learn it in an afternoon and not a month. Got it in second for some reason. We're all right. All right. Up to Deer's Leap now. He's 35 seconds off of Scary last time over the line, so he's pulled out a lot. I think we've definitely established who's quickest today. No, I don't think this track exists for Assetto Corsa. It's a Grand Prix Legends track that was converted with permission and enhanced for R Factor 2. Five minutes. We're down to the wire here. I think Ascari should pass the line. He's 37 seconds ahead, so he should pass it with less than like 4 minutes to go, which means we'll just have one more lap after this, I think. Third gear. Yeah, there might be other versions of this track floating around, but this one from Jim Pearson is only in R Factor 2 and Grand Prix Legends. In Grand Prix Legends, there's 2 versions. There's one that's the more modern layout, and then there's this one, which is the sports cars layout. I can't believe Ascari did a 4:12. I can't compete with that speed. That's insane. The stewards might have to do a full teardown on that little Maserati after the race. Edge. Yeah, we should only have one more lap to do, I think. We'll see. I have plenty of fuel. I could do a ton more laps. I just wonder if I took a short stop that time, if I could have gotten close to him, but with that speed, I would have had to leapfrog him to have any chance of winning. Ooh, a car. It's a real deal. Off the edge there. Alright, always exciting here in the final moments. I didn't see him till the last second there. Yeah, Jim did an amazing job. Oh man, no. Alright, understeered, bonked the fence again. It's two hits this race. Just as I come to take the final lap. Straightened it out if I had it bent at all. It's crazy how the car can get like that. You just slightest bit offline or don't have the car set up perfectly and it just understeers. Keep it exciting here for the final moments. Fixed it. Yeah, it's a load cell. These are the Huizenveld sprint pedals. My first set of load cells that I have ever used, and it took a long... I'm thinking about making a video. I feel like every video that's out there is people reviewing it like they used it for a week and they made a review, which is fine. But I've used them now for like 6 months, right? Maybe longer. And it could be interesting to go a little deeper about what they're like. Alright. Over Deer's Leap should be the final time here. Got an achievement from Steam. Just racing at noon, but that really distracted me. Alright, 1 minute to go. I got a Steam achievement. Yeah, it took me a long time to get used to the pedals. I still feel like I am in sometimes, but alright. Pretty scrappy final lap here. It's gonna be slow, but it doesn't really matter as long as I get to the end. Go around. Late apex there. Way off the pace now, just making it through. There's the timer, 2 hours complete. Scary looks like he's gonna win this one. I can't believe that. Just gotta get through this final corners. Actually, even the final corner is hard here, so let's just get through it before reflecting. The tire that's become part of the track. Alright, we're on the top of the hill here. Scary passes a couple cars. The real deal might still be sitting there. And first gear, nice and slow, final time through the hairpin. Kick it around, rally style. There's real deal. I'm just gonna wait to the end, I guess, out there. All right, through the final couple of corners here. So, man. Crazy start to this race, and mellowed out there quite a bit. Who knows what could have happened without that pit stop drama, but congrats to Ascari. I think Ascari really deserves that one a bit. There's the checkered flag. Second place here at Dundrod. Second overall, first in class, so I will get class points there. I'll pick up, I think, 6 points, right, for second place, but I had nothing for him. Let's see if I can catch up to him. I had nothing for Ascari today. He, first stint there I was out front, but the pit, it just fell apart in the pits. Here he is on the right. Man, first time I think we've had a was that him? That's a sign. That's the first time we've had not a 5-liter win overall. And I don't think it's the last time. I'm pretty sure the next race is going to be an interesting one like that. Here he is, flash my lights at him. Congrats, man. I you can't even be mad at that. That's just dang impressive. That's so good. A 2-liter car. I mean, that car has so much less power than mine, but it's much more nimble. The thing that impresses me most, though, is that, like, how much faster he was than the rest of the 2-liter cars, which is crazy. Now, we did have a few folks that weren't here this week. Reese couldn't make it. He's had some really unfortunate circumstances with his equipment. trying to think of who else wasn't here in that class. I know there's at least one more. Oh yeah, Frank Godrecki wasn't here, so yeah, it's just impressive stuff that he's able to win overall in the 2-liter cars. And man, what a race! A lot to think about in this one. Yeah, there's going to be some highlights, I think. I don't know exactly what happened in the beginning there, but I'm sure it was pretty wild. All right, I'm going to take a quick break here, and then be back. Wow, I look kind of godly here in the light. I'll take a quick break here, though, and I'll be back, and I think we'll probably do an interview, like always, before wrapping things up. And we'll take a look at the results, we'll take a look at the standing, or we can't look at the standings yet, but we'll take a look at the final results in a minute. Alright, be back.
ranks up there highly. I mean, I have to give credit to Jake and Jake from Cheap.
Our race winner, Oskari Kantonen. Oskari, I think you need to slow down a bit, mate, because that was a bit too dominant for you.
Well, yeah, I didn't know Jake would have such long fuel stops. I guess that's why he was so far behind.
How was it for you to put the slowest class car on pole? What were you able to do? Because we were thinking you were able to just chuck the car in a little bit harder than everybody else, given that you're lighter and things like that. Was it Was it kind of that, or is it just you being able to do that kind of thing, whereas maybe some of the other drivers couldn't?
I mean, yeah, it's absolutely the lightness. It's the most important thing. But I gotta say, I'm not much for self-praise, but I think that's the best lap I've ever driven. Even including, I used to do a lot of league racing, but I don't think I ever did a lap like that.
Well, you put half a second on Jake's pre-qualifying time. That, and we watched it happen. It was just like, how? And things like that. But you are actually the first non-5 litre car to win a race here. How do you think that's going to translate for somewhere like Targa Florio next time out, where that kind of thing might play into your hands again?
Yeah, I thought Targa would be the easiest place to take the overall win, but because it's all corners. Here there are some straights, but I thought Targa would be easiest. But then again, it's difficult to learn, so could be anyone.
Have you done any laps at Targa yet, or are you just going to take each bridge when you get to it?
Yeah, I've done some laps already, and I've been driving it a lot ever since it came out for R-Factor 1. So, but I'm not an expert on it, but I think I'll be all right.
Ah, cool. So, what's next for you in terms of sim racing? You only doing this, or are you doing other stuff?
Well, this works really well for me because I only have to come in once a month, and it's on the weekend because I have other things to do as well. Unfortunately, that's why I quit previously.
That's fine, but it's great to see you on the grid, and it's great to see you take it to the faster class. And congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Fantastic. Who else? Oh, we've got Jake. We've got to bring Jake in because we need to see what happened there with. I think he had some damage and some problems with his button box and that kind of thing. So, Alex, I'll let you interview Jake in your own little style. Because
Okie dokie. Jake. Firstly, Oscari had everyone's number in that race, but you had a couple of dramas of your own, button box problems, and then the pace of his car was mighty through the twisty stuff here at Dundrod, wasn't it?
Oh man, congrats to Oscari. He definitely deserves that one, I think. But yeah, I'm happy you, I guess, heard about the button box thing. I just couldn't request a pit stop or anything suddenly, so it threw me off a bit. I had a big bottle in the first stop, and I don't know if that's what cost me a chance at the race, because Oscari was just quicker than me. But yeah, it was a good run. I mean, the first stint there, that I don't know if you all saw that crazy accident with Liam and Jackson. I'm sure you did.
Yes, we did.
That really changed stuff up. I think the race would have been very different had that not happened.
Yeah, I mean, to see Jackson and Liam coming together, Liam spinning in front of him, Jackson ended up on the deck, 3 wheels on the wagon. It could have been a completely different, as you said, race for actually the 5 litre class victory. But to come away, Oscari was head and shoulders above everybody, but still to have your dramas, to come home second here at Dundrod. I mean, it was great to see the Jag in action, the lovely rumble of that 5 litre.
For the last couple of rounds of the season, so having won today effectively in the 5 litre class will set me up as good as I can be. We've got drop races and everything for the final 2, and I think the Jag is going to be a dog around the Targa Florio. So getting points here today was definitely a good thing.
Brilliant. Well, Jake, well done today, despite having to battle through those dramas, and good luck at Targa Florio.
Thank you all. Yeah, thanks.
All right.
That was good.
Try to get this back all running for myself here. It's tricky to do an interview while you're also streaming. Hopefully you heard the end of it. Actually, I didn't even think of that. You probably didn't hear the end of it. I just said thank you. Dundrod, what a great track that is. Congrats again to Oscari. I think there's no way I could have. I think if I was stuck in front of him, I maybe could have held the lead, but he's just so quick. So I'm going to try to find the results here real quick. We'll take a quick peek through them. I'll try to make myself look a little less heavenly. I'm so white. This is what happens when you turn your camera off of auto. There we go. Much better. All right, let me pull open the preliminary, we'll call them preliminary results. Yeah, hopefully you could hear the interview all right. It should have been. Pull open our session results here, and we'll take a rundown, and then see what happened if we can. There it is. All right. Ta-da. There it is. Results of the race. 2 hours of Dundrod, round 4 of the HRRC. Askari Kantonen in the 2-liter Maserati wins overall, very respectably. I think it was definitely earned. There's nothing funny about that one. Sometimes when you see the slower classes, the less higher powered ones win, it's because there was some sort of DNF or something, right? Or some weird strategy, weather. This was just straight up, this guy this guy's fast. So Askari wins. From myself, Jacob Demaray in second. Gonna get full points for the 5-liter class, and yeah, he did a 4:12 fastest lap. Full points though for 5 liters. I think, Askari's not really, at this point, not really in the overall championship, but depending on the next round, he could be up there. But yeah, I'll get full points in the 5 liters, and then overall I'll get 6 points for this, or 7. I have to look at how it calculates again. I can't remember where the point for the pre-qualifying ends up. Martin Bayer wins the 3-liter class. That's great. Martin had a tough time, I think, at the target, or the Isle of Man. So happy to see Martin come out pretty good in this one. I heard there was a big crash at the start of the race, blocked track and everything, from some of the folks out back. So I'll have to go back and I had no idea. I mean, I could have assumed, I guess, with the amount of attrition, right, that there was something going on, but yeah, so the podium was one of each class, but not in the order that you'd think it is. Totally mixed up. Such a cool result. Scooby then comes home second in the 5-liter class, 4th overall. Got Rupe, who I don't think we've seen up front yet this year, really. In the 3-liter class, finishing second there, and then Simon finishing second in the 2-liter. So the 3 classes, first and second, populate the top 6 spots, which is wild. Mora in, I believe that's our, let me look here. Mora, it's a D-type. Okay, I was thinking that might have been one of our different cars. They finish 7th, so 3rd on the podium for the 5 liters. Simmad Paul finishes in 8th place. 3rd place for the 3 liters, and Silver Wolf picks up another podium. Silver was saying, I was talking briefly with Silver Wolf before my interview, and he was saying that the track blockage was in front of him, and he was like 25th at the end of the first lap. So to come home in 9th overall, 3rd in class, that's pretty good. Pretty good result there. And they're currently leading the 2-liter points, so I'll have to see how that all shakes out. And with the drop races, who knows? So looking further back, Nikolai. So again, top 9 are the podium for all 3 classes. It couldn't be more varied than it was. What a crazy result. Pretty wild. All right, and we're coming down. Nikolai finishes 10th. Eduardo Benincha finishes 11th. Darren Andrews, the Iron Man himself, finishes in 12th. Vladimir finishes in 13th. Toby Johnson, 14th. Nate Cohen, who we saw right at the end there, in 15th. Matt Wright, 16th. Sly by Night, 17th. Mantus, who we saw a bunch of times with some issues there, finishes in 18th. And that's the final finisher. So we did end up with 2 more finishers than Spa. I think that's because the accidents are more low speed for this. I don't know. Then a whole bunch of DNFs. Some of those on that first lap melee, others throughout. Casper, Jose Drives, Doc Slappy, Kuba, Rujatsu, Nitra Masen, Richard Woodcock, Benjamin back there. We saw him in the pits at one point. Frank for Plankin. Ervin, who I bonked in the pits, but I was told that wasn't why he was out. We'll see. Ariel finishes back there 29th. Declan 30th. Can you see these? I don't know if I can show the final results. There we go. That might be better. The Declan, Allen finishes 31st. Jackson back in 32nd. Mighty D in 33rd. Isidoro 34th. Liam, I saw with that accident early on, in 35th. I have to imagine Liam was back there because of the first lap deal anyway. Austin back in 36th. Mark Zeidler 37th. He did well at Isle of Man as well. And the Real Deal God finishes 38th. Disqualified. We'll have to look at what happened. He was sitting on the side of the track, so I think that might be why he was DQ'd. So that's how it ended up with everything. I appreciate everyone watching today. I'm so tired after these races always, so a lot to think about and work on before the next one. Next race is the Targa Florio. 3 laps around the Piccolo della Marinè circuit. It's going to be the longest race of the season because the laps are going to be like 42-45 minutes piece. I think the Jaguar is going to be like the worst car to have. Oh, and I did say I would show you my steering wheel. So let me do that before I end the stream. This is the wheel I use for... back here. The wheel I use for HRRC. So it's just a really basic... It's like a Promo Tipo, but it's not actually. It's the one from Fanatec. I was looking at buying like used ones or something. It's not cheaper, so the one from Fanatec's definitely cheaper, and I would never use it in a real car, but it's perfect for sim racing. So it's a nice steering wheel. I got nothing on it. It's just a steering wheel. Kind of a waste of this computer on it, but I don't want any buttons. I got the button box, which didn't work today. I have to figure out why that happened. At least I know now I can unplug it and plug it back in, and it'll work. Okay, well, I think that's it for this. Crazy races as always. We gotta look through the results, see if there's any. I don't know if there'll be any penalties or anything for any of the accidents, but we'll see. And then look at the points. I'll post about the points and everything on here sometime this next week. And yeah, on to the next one. So next race will be in November at the Targa Florio. And I can't wait to see you all there. I have no idea what I'm going to do in the meantime, but I'll definitely do something. It's quite a while till then. I don't have any rallies for the next few weeks, so probably some videos is what I would like to work on soon. Thank you for watching. Hope it was fun and enjoyable. Congrats again to Ascari for the win, and happy to come away with second place there. Thank you all. Have a good weekend. See you all next time.